Imagine speeding through the streets of Paris at night in a luxury car, the police sirens blaring behind you. This is how the film begins. Driss is driving Philippe's Maserati at high speed, laughing as they are chased by the police. When they get caught, Driss stays calm and makes a bold bet with Philippe, convinced they can get out of trouble. Thinking fast, Driss tells the police that Philippe, who is quadriplegic, needs urgent medical attention. Philippe plays along, pretending to have a stroke. The police fall for it and escort them straight to the hospital. As soon as the officers leave, Philippe turns to Driss and asks, "What now?" Driss grins and replies, "Now let me take care of it." They drive off and the story of their friendship begins. The rest of the movie takes us back in time to show how these two men met. Philippe is a wealthy man who lives in a grand mansion in Paris, but he is unable to move his body below his neck. He and his assistant, Magali, are looking for a new caretaker. Among the candidates is Driss, but he isn't interested in the job. He only wants Philippe to sign a paper confirming he was interviewed and rejected, so he can continue to receive welfare benefits. Driss is casual and even flirts with Magali during the interview. Instead of rejecting him right away, Philippe tells him to come back the next day for his signed letter. Driss returns home to a tiny apartment in a poor neighborhood, where he lives with his large family. His aunt is furious that he has been gone for 6 months without contacting them and kicks him out. The next morning, when Driss goes back to Philippe's mansion, he is shocked to learn that he has been given a trial period as Philippe's caretaker. He quickly realizes how much work is involved, as he now has to assist Philippe in every part of his daily life. At first, Driss is surprised by Philippe's luxurious lifestyle. A friend of Philippe warns him about Driss's past, revealing that he spent 6 months in jail for robbery. But Philippe doesn't care. He says Driss is the only one who treats him like an equal instead of pitying him. As long as Driss does his job well, he can stay. Over time, Driss and Philippe form a close bond. Driss takes good care of Philippe, even helping him through painful episodes caused by his condition. Philippe tells Driss how he became disabled after a paragliding accident and how his wife passed away before they could have children. Driss, in turn, helps Philippe bring some discipline to his life, including dealing with his spoiled teenage daughter, Elisa. Driss also discovers new things in Philippe's world. He learns about classical music, opera, and modern art, even trying painting himself. On Philippe's birthday, a private concert is held at his mansion. At first, Driss is unimpressed, but as Philippe encourages him to listen, he starts to enjoy the music. In return, Driss introduces Philippe to his kind of music, Boogie Wonderland by Earth, Wind and Fire, which gets everyone in the room dancing. One day, Driss learns that Philippe has been exchanging letters with a woman named Eleanor who lives in Dunkirk. However, Philippe is too afraid to meet her in person because he thinks she will reject him when she sees his disability. Driss pushes him to take the next step and call her. Philippe agrees but hesitates when it comes to sending her a recent photo. Instead, he asks his assistant Yvonne to send an old picture of him from before his accident. Eventually, a date is set for Philippe and Eleanor to meet, but at the last moment Philippe loses confidence and leaves before she arrives. To cheer Philippe up, Driss takes him on a paragliding trip. Philippe surprises Driss by handing him an envelope with 11,000 euros, the money he made from selling one of Driss's paintings, by telling his rich friends it was from a rising artist. Meanwhile, trouble arises when Driss's young cousin Adama seeks refuge in Philippe's mansion after getting involved with a gang. Driss finally opens up to Philippe about his tough past. He was born in Senegal and was taken in by his aunt and uncle who raised him in France. Later, when they had children of their own, life became more difficult. Seeing that Driss needs to focus on his family, Philippe tells him it's time to move on, saying, "You don't want to push a wheelchair all your life." Driss returns to his neighborhood, reconnects with his family and helps Adama get out of trouble. With his new experience, he lands a job at a transport company. Meanwhile, Philippe struggles without Driss. He hires new caretakers but none of them make him happy. He stops taking care of himself and his mood worsens. Concerned, Yvonne calls Driss for help. Driss immediately returns and takes Philippe on a drive in the Maserati, bringing the story back to the opening scene of the film. After escaping the police once again, Driss takes Philippe to the seaside. He helps Philippe shave and dress well before taking him to a beautiful restaurant with an ocean view. Then, without explanation, Driss suddenly leaves the table. Confused, Philippe looks up and sees Eleanor walking toward him. He is deeply moved. Through the window he spots Driss outside smiling. The film ends as Driss walks away, leaving Philippe to his new beginning. Subscribe to our channel. It will motivate us to bring more movie recaps for you.